I don't know though. It's just like when people, I don't know, you can't really bash people for what they're raised on. Like a lot of racist people were raised into that, So I mean, obviously you could grow in and you know better.
I
but
don't
like,
think they're racist. I think at this point they're just prejudiced.
Yeah, no, they racist.
I don't think they're racist.
What's the difference?
Because
to be honest,
racism is like you hate that person just because of the skin of their color.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
think a lot of
hate
them be
them.
that way.
Whereas prejudice is just like you look down on them. You don't really hate them, but it's like you were raised to like, oh, I'm better than you.
all right,
All
I
right,
feel that.
but my thing is, I think a good amount of them are racist.
Yeah, but I don't think so because racism was like, I'm not gonna deal with you. You're black, fuck you. I'm not gonna deal with you. Prejudice, I'm gonna deal with you, but
I think
some of my like stereotypes is gonna come up when I'm dealing with you, but I'm still gonna deal with you. Like, you get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but like, especially in the world we in right now, I feel as though it is a lot of racism. Like, it's more prejudice, but I think it's a lot of racism too. Like, I've been to places, and like I've been to the Poconos, and I got into the swimming pool, and all the white people, they dip. Like I've been, that's what I'm saying. Like there is racism out there.
I'm not saying it's not racism.
And
I just think there's more prejudice built on racism, which makes it look like racism, but I don't think it's like as much racism as people think it is in the world. I think it's just all prejudice, what we were taught when we were growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of. But like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's kind of like all that prejudice is built off of like racism.
That's why I said it's built off of racism, which like that makes it look more like racism than it actually is, though, in my opinion.
But I think if you taught something so long, you start to believe it so much that it become true.
Wait,
So-
wait, hold on. If
All right, so you a child, right? And your parents racist.
right,
They telling you all this stuff and they feeding it to you, and then you start to believe it so much that it went from prejudice off of racism into actual racism, because now you believe everything they said. So everything they told you, you think is true.
all right,
So now every time you see it, oh, I hate him.
all
Instantly.
right.
And I think that's just like it. Like, it's probably more prejudice, but I
feel like it's just the optimist in me. I don't feel as though, because racism,
you got
saying
there's
saying a lot of there's all this racism in the world, saying that there's a lot of hate in the world.
There
I don't
is.
think there is a lot of hate.
You don't think there's a lot of hate in the
No.
world?
definitely a lot of hate.
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding in the world, but I don't think there's a lot of hate.
I think it's a lot of hate. I'm on the fence about that, actually.
I think it's a lot of misunderstanding that may look like hate, but it's
What situation you look at and it's like, oh, that's not hate, that's a misunderstanding.
Are y'all heard about the lady who she pulled the gun on a black lady and her daughter?
What?
I ain't heard about that.
No.
Like, I don't know what happened, but they said like the white lady like hit the daughter or something, or she bumped into her or some shit, and the mom went over to confront her and whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
They got in the car, then she got
Yeah.
out of the car. And she held her at gunpoint, like, "You'll back up from my car."
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
See, I don't think that's hate or racism.
I didn't think I was hate racism either.
No, that's different.
But
That's
some
different.
people are saying that's racism.
That's just dumbass people. Like,
No,
that's
that's just-
that's an
The
obvious
situation was
dumbass, and that's a misunderstanding.
She hit the mom, and that's why she. So that's different though.
How
Like,
is it different? A lot of people saying that's racism. Like
I don't think-
that
no,
lady
that's what I'm
and her.
saying. I don't think
A lot of
that's
people
racism.
saying that lady and her husband is racist.
That ain't racist to me.
yeah, that's
because if
just
somebody
a lot
hit your
of
daughter,
dumbass
Okay, but that's what
and
I'm
you don't know what happened. You think like you instantly
right. Like you
You
trying
just
to
said
No,
run
my
up
I
daughter.
agree,
my
but that's
shirt,
what I'm
like,
saying. Like, people are saying that's
There's
racism,
a lot of people.
I'm
but
here
that's
to
just
tell
a
those people-
misunderstanding. That's what I'm saying. It's more misunderstanding than it is racism.
I
But people don't know the
wouldn't
difference, so
say
they
that's a
just automatically say
misunderstanding.
that's racist.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a misunderstanding. Like,
Okay, maybe not. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. It's not racism, but people label it as racism.
I forgot what was the original argument. To be honest, the original topic.
Well, while we on the topic, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
absolutely, absolutely,
That need to go into effect like immediately.
absolutely. Use your platform, whatever you got a voice. You better
Yeah.
use it.
We need those. That situation was fucked up. All right.
How y'all feel about the whole entire the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement? How y'all feel about that? Like, especially with the protests.
I
in
don't think
Philly
it's the
and shit.
resurgence. They've always been around. It's
But
just-
like, it seemed like
there hasn't been enough for them to like champion.
here's
You know
what I
I'm
think.
saying?
Black Lives Matter is a real movement and shit, and it's a real cause. Like, I actually believe in that shit. But I feel like during the protests over the past month or whatever, I feel like a lot of that shit, like a lot of people just dicky and hopping on it because it was a trend. That's how I felt like.
I think that, but I also think like it's a lot of shit that they did that really moved the meaning of it away from like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What
did
you
I
mean?
say that right? Like, I ain't gonna say the looting because like I don't know. At first the looting made sense, and it didn't at the same time. Like
that shit ain't make sense, bro. They
That
hit up.
didn't make
They hit
sense.
up 50-second.
it wasn't. No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like
that shit ain't make
They
sense.
was
Right, the
still,
protest
I seen
started-
somebody
the pro-
still a washer. Like,
that's what I'm saying. The protest that started
the
downtown.
protest that made sense.
The protest that started downtown, and then the anger that some of them and they started breaking things. All right, obviously people you breaking the windows and all that, people gonna run in.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm saying.
I get that.
Like downtown, that made sense to me.
Yeah, that's why.
But when they took it to other neighborhoods like the
to
Park
hoods,
Side
they
and all
taking
that,
it to hoods.
and they just
the fucking shit.
and
just,
that's what I'm saying. That didn't make sense
Right.
because it's nothing like the protest isn't there. Y'all just did it just to do
just
it.
to do it. Yeah, just
But
to do
when
that
it was
shit,
downtown and it happened, it's the heat of the moment. I understood that.
Right, yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
get that.
saying.
I get that.
So that's why and I think when they did that, like in random neighborhoods, that's what took the real point of the Black Lives movement and all of that, and that took it away. Like that changed the focus. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like we in this. I ain't gonna say never ending.
Yeah, I was just
but,
about to ask that. Like, how you feel like you think this shit gonna end in America? Like, you know,
I
this
think
whole
it's too many
racial
people-
tension in
It's too many
America.
people that's built off of that. That's what I'm
Never.
saying. That go back to the prejudice. Like too many people they raised like that. So there's nothing we can do as black people. I think like we could tell people was right and we could say black lives, but a lot of people they never gonna get it because of how they was taught. Like you know,
Okay.
they think we protesting. They think when they kneel, they protesting the flag. That's because they don't want to understand what the actual meaning behind it is.
Yeah, I feel
Like
you.
they don't want to do that.
And I feel like it's hard for them to understand too, because
That's-
like they
'cause
live
they
in a whole
not-
different world.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
they
So
ain't
it's
never gonna
like
understand.
it's hard to say. Like I don't want to say it's never gonna end. Like obviously you want to be hopeful that the world will get better, but I don't know.
I feel like the world only getting worse. To be honest, like I want to be
it'll get
optimistic.
better. Not in our lifetime, but it will.
Not in our lifetime for sure. Yeah, definitely.
I think
not in
as
our
long as
lifetime.
there's people who have experienced like racism and all that, people who are allowed to experience that, I don't think it'll ever get better.
it get better for the next.
And I say
generation.
experience, I mean like everybody experienced racism, but I mean like experience it in your family. Like your family is racist as fuck, and you grew up around that, or you grew up somewhere close to that. Then I don't think it'll get better until like all of that fades out, which won't happen for a couple generations.
See,
You think that? I don't know, because this country was like built on slavery and shit. So
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I think it's hard. I think
Almost every country
I
was
think
built on slavery.
I think really the only thing we can really do is just be an example for others. Like that's it. Like it starts with you.
yeah,
That's just it.
yeah.
Like it's nothing you could do. Like we can't really like you can't like you could preach it, but you can't change nobody. Like I can't change you from thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I could tell you whatever.
Yeah, I could say it, I could suggest it, I could tell you something, but I can't make you change. Like you can't make a racist person change. Like you can't make them see what you see. You can't make them feel what you
That
feel.
reminds me. I'm trying to be like, this is one. Y'all ever seen that? This is one black guy who like make friends with like KKK members. Y'all ever see that bull?
No.
I forgot. Somebody made a cartoon. I think Boondocks even probably made like a party of him. But it was like this one black guy. He made friends with like KKK members and shit, and try to like convert them and shit to be like, you know, like get the fuck out your racist ways and shit. And honestly, I would do some shit like that. Like I would like
I'm
really
not
go
doing
to
shit like
a
that.
KKK rally, a Klan
See,
meeting. Be
Me,
like, hey guys,
me, I don't know.
I've called
nice to
before.
meet you. You said what?
I've called.
You called? You
Yeah.
called?
No, because
called the Klan?
we see the, when I was young, we seen a commercial about, they actually had fucking commercials.
commercials.
And they had phone numbers about joining.
In Philly?
I don't think the phone number was a Philly number. I was in like 8th or 9th grade.
Yeah.
But we called and we talked to them. Like we was trying to ask them like about their organization, and like none of the stuff they was saying was making sense.
What you mean?
Like the reasons of why they do what they do, like none of it made sense.
What they were
I was
saying?
just confused.
You
Like they
remember?
didn't really have a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not they was just making stuff up.
Yeah. Shit, that's a Klan. You just make shit up.
Yeah, they had a commercial for you. I'm surprised y'all never seen it.
I've never seen a
no
Klan
shit like
commercial.
that.
I think I seen it on World Star. That's what it was. And we called the number to see if it was real, and it was real.
I never seen no shit like that.
Shit. We need to make a reverse Klan. That's what we need to do. Honestly, I think all this peaceful shit. To be honest, this peaceful shit not working. Like
That's
you
what
can
I
be as
said.
peaceful as you want.
I don't think I don't want like I don't know. It's never gonna work.
Peace is unattainable.
And I
There
feel
will
like
never be peace in the world. As long as somebody has something that you don't have, there will never be peace.
long as money and all of that is around, there's no peace. Like
And
I
we
said,
can't get rid of money because
you
then
need it.
it's
That's
like, what am
Yeah,
I
right.
doing this job for if
What's
I'm
the
not getting
purpose of
paid
this?
for
that's
it?
what I'm saying. So it's we in an. I feel like I don't know. I ain't gonna say it's hopeless, but it's not.
I think at one point, I think eventually we'll get to periods of peace, but there will never truly just be peace. There'll be like a year or two of peace and then
Shit.
something happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Stuff like that.
I don't think it's gonna like. What's a period of peace defined to you? Like 5 years or like just 2 years? That's a period of peace.
Not 2 years, but like right now, 2 years of peace would be a period.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like eventually we'll get to a point where it's like 10 years.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Oh.
Where
I hope,
everybody's
like-
just sharing everything. Not in our lifetime again, but
Yeah, I was about to
eventually
say, all right, cool.
they'll get to a point where it's like a 10-year period of peace. Something
Until
might happen because
some
somebody
bullshit
found
happen.
something or some shit
Or
like
somebody
that.
do some
Yeah.
dumb shit. All right, I feel you.
I feel like I said, I just hope we could get there. But like I don't know. Like to me, it really just starts with you. Like every person just had to look themselves in the mirror and decide what they want to do and what they want to be.
Try to change.
But
the
see, you
world.
can't
Yeah,
do that because some people look themselves in the mirror and say, I hate niggers.
And that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like until those people look themselves in the mirror, ain't shit gonna change.
But you gotta like make them change. That's what I'm saying. Like
But you can't force. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
it's hard to teach somebody. Like I'm not saying it's impossible, but somebody's been taught something for all their life, and that's put in them. Like that's in them.
Fuck it, kill them. If they don't agree with your ideas, kill them.
All right, baby Thanos.
But see, that it's like that. That's why we're not gonna have peace.
All right, bro, I'm killing for peace.
You have a different mindset than
What the
me.
fuck?
Die.
I'm killing for peace. I'm not killing because I hate you. I'm killing because you
That's
hate
what
us.
they all say.
That's
what
you
they
hate
all say.
niggers, so I'm gonna
They
kill
said
you.
they said the war in Afghanistan and all that was for peace.
No, that
It
shit
was
was
for
not
oil.
for peace, bro.
We
That
all
shit
know
was,
it,
we
my
all
fault.
know that shit was
We
for
all
oil.
know it's
Like
for
we all
oil,
know that
but they
shit
say
for
it's
you.
for peace.
That shit was not for
We
peace,
trying to
bro.
help them obtain
I'm
peace.
literally trying to like you hate people. Okay, since you want to hate people,
Okay, but I'm saying
I'm gonna
like
kill you.
That's a slippery slope though. I see what he's saying. I see what you're saying. It's a slippery slope because it's like you doing it for peace, right?
I'm doing
But
it
for
peace,
other
bro.
people, you still creating a violence at the same time. So you're going against.
It's for a greater cause. What they say? I forgot. The actions justify the ends, or whatever they say.
the means justify that.
There you go. That's what happens.
If
But
you
it
say so.
doesn't.
What you mean
It does not.
Sure, as I was saying.
The means definitely justifies the end. Like
It does not.
you wiping off.
There are different
Dumbass
means that you
people.
can do. Like there's different ways you can do something.
Oh, what's the most effective way besides for
For
killing?
what?
For like creating real change, like
Real
You
change?
can't
like
change
not
the
real
world.
change, but like real peaceful change.
You can't
like,
change
shit.
the world until you change yourself.
Yeah, but
the
like
best way to do it is
Got
to
that from
get
Notorious, by
I
the
don't
way.
want to say endorsements, but you need people who are well known. You need to convince those people because
it's not enough, bro.
it is.
Not enough.
I'm saying yes, it is.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
If I'm saying like there's still Trump supporters in the country,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
If I can convince Trump that his thinking is wrong, he'll start speaking about that.
Okay.
And his supporters are so stupid they follow whatever he say.
okay.
So if he starts talking like good about black people, then his supporters will start talking good about black people.
But
There's very few people in the world or in the country, whatever you want to do, there's very few people that you have to influence. Once you influence those very few people, they will influence everybody else.
That's true.
That's the only way
Let me
to go
raise you
about
this
it.
though. Just because they follow them, is they really changing though?
What you mean changing them?
Like they could believe what he's saying, they start doing it because he's doing it, but they're not changed. Like they're not really changing.
It's not changing, but
doing
it's taking a step forward versus me going straight to that person and trying to change them. Because then they got Trump saying, like, this is, I don't know, but they
I
got
get what
Trump
you're trying to
saying,
say.
no, don't listen to him, while I'm saying, listen to me. But if I get Trump to say, listen to him, then
But you know how
you may
like,
not be so, you not receive it as well or like accept it, but you'll listen.
See, bro, that's too hard. That's too hard. I'd rather just put a bullet into somebody's head. Just tell you to keep going.
this nigga, man. It starts with the government built this country off of slavery and all that.
Yeah, but everybody say that, but every country is built off of slavery.
Yeah, but that's my
And
point.
every
It's different
country
types of
isn't
slavery,
about.
bro.
I know there's
It's
different types, but
of
I'm
slavery.
saying like every country was able to get past it. I'm
But
not saying that
look,
ours was
this
not
one. All
as
right,
worse.
let me
or
say
as,
this: they built America off of slavery, and they're still building it and still going off of that.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like the country, like we still like they still reaping the benefits of all of that, and we still like going through the hardships. Maybe not as bad as it was before, but we still going through the same problems, like the police.
The aftershocks.
That's what I'm
basically.
saying. Like we still going through all that shit. Like the police still killing us.
But you were saying like different countries they managed to get past it. How you think they got past that shit?
it take time.
Killing people.
We are young.
It's not like
Killing people.
like I said, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. It takes generations. All of that, all the people who was experienced that, exposed to that at a young age, they're still living. So they're still passing their ideas off to other
That's
people.
true. Yeah,
Once all those people get phased out, they die out,
I feel you.
then we'll be able to start making change. But
I
that's
was
not going to
thinking,
happen
in a
for
way, it
another
makes
couple
sense.
generations.
Like you said, like you were saying before, like they had to kill Hitler and then kill some of his followers, and then they got the message. So